Good morning, guys. It's Chelsea with Noble Line Prince and, of course, the Half-Blood Sisters. I am bringing some real morning robe and coffee to this party because, you know what? We're beautiful with makeup. We're beautiful without makeup. And for this video, I decided no makeup. We're not doing it. I have things to say, and I do not have time for makeup. So I'm rocking my Leo cup. You know, I was thinking about Gryffindor. Well, actually, my mom and I were talking, and she was like, what are the traits of the houses? And I started reading over the Gryffindor traits, and it is just completely jacked from all of the Leo traits, which is amazing. I mean, I'm a Leo. I'm about it. I love lions. I love everything to do with them, obviously. But I was just reading through, and it's like, confident, courageous, arrogant, self-righteous, and I was like, oh yeah, those are all, that's on point, that's accurate. So, one thing I wanted to talk about, because Stephanie brought it up in her video, is confidence, and I feel like I have a few things to put in on this conversation, so I'm just going to throw them into this video, and hopefully whoever finds their way to this niche little channel will benefit from this. So I think the root of all confidence stems from not giving a fuck about what other people think about you or what you want to do or how you want to live or what your situation is or what you're capable of or how smart you are or, you know, your earning potential or whatever other limitations, restrictions, anything that you can think of that other people influence or put on you, or even society or books or movies or anything in the world that influences you to be anything other than your true and most authentic self. I think that shit's for the birds. And I think the second that you stop caring what other people think, you become transformed and you become self-assured in a way that people can sense, people can feel it. And I love what Downey said. I tell people this all the time. Fake it until you make it. Because you know what? Everybody out there is faking it. I remember one time I was driving with a friend of mine and she was talking about how she was really nervous about something she was trying to do and she was afraid, you know, should I take the leap? And I said, dude, I'm afraid of stuff all the time. Like, I just push through it. You know, like, when I published my coloring book, I was like, oh my God, is anybody gonna even buy this? Are people gonna like it? And guess what? They fucking did. And had I not had the confidence to burst through that, you know, bout of fear, maybe I wouldn't have finished it, or I wouldn't have marketed it, or I wouldn't have done what I wanted to do with it, and that would not be cool, because that's not what life is about. So I feel like everybody is faking it, and everybody has insecurities and has doubts and has fears, and some of us are just better at masking those fears and pushing through those fears and facing them and saying, listen, I fucking see you, but I ain't scared of you, and I'm gonna push you to the side and do what I want to do. I feel like those are the people that others label as confident. So if you're out there and you're trying to figure out how to become a more confident Gryffindor or Hufflepuff or Slytherin or Ravenclaw, whatever you are, or Aries or Taurus or Gemini or Cancer or Leo or Virgo or whatever, you know, whatever you are, if you're trying to be a little bit more confident, start with just knowing in your heart of hearts that people are inherently insecure, and even the sexiest, richest, most well put together, most you know, fabulous, glamorous people doubt themselves, and you just gotta work with what you got. You know what I'm saying? Work with what you got. It's like people a lot of times will ask me like, oh my God, what kind of paints do you use? So this beautiful bitch here, I just painted her last night, and she's got some constellations in her hair. She's super epic, very bold, and people ask me, like, what kind of paints do you use? And I say, I literally, when I do watercolors, which this is acrylic and watercolor, but when I do watercolors, I use a $4.99 palette that probably was meant for kindergartners, and I don't care because it works and it's effective, and I'm going to use what I got, and I'm going to make art with what I got. Same thing with your skills. People are like, oh, I'm not artistic, I can't do art. Well, have you tried it? And the funny thing is, nobody can do art when they first get into it. Like, this did not just pop out of my brain and, become like an awesome piece of artwork the first time I put paint to a paper. Like, if people could see my old works, let's see. Actually, I have kind of an older one over here. So that blue and gray guy in the middle is one of the very first paintings I ever did. And, it's kind of this weird interpretation of, like, good versus evil, rainbow versus darkness. But I've also had a lot of people tell me that it looks like, two guys sucking dicks, which, whatever. I'm cool with that too. I don't judge. I'm an open person, and I feel like however you see my art, whatever you see in it, fine by me, And it's funny, though, when people ask me, oh, what's this painting about? Oh, what's this about? What's this over here? I'm like, oh, well, that's me. That's me. That's me with dreads. This is me with blue hair and turquoise eyebrows. Back there, that's me as Einstein. Or, I'm sorry, Isaac Newton. Einstein. I need to paint an Einstein. Maybe that will happen later today. So, yeah, there's no reason not to be confident. And, always remember that self-esteem comes from yourself. Nobody else can give it to you. Nobody else can take it away from you either. So, being confident is a choice. And knowing that other people are out there and are insecure and worried about stuff just as much as you are helps a little bit. And, when you start getting nervous or you start getting sweaty palms about something, just put it all into perspective. And Devaney, Libras. So Mark's a Libra, my husband. Adorable. Just like my sister. Adorable. How did I get blessed with so many adorable people in my life? My husband has this tendency to take an idea and grow it and grow it and grow it and build it. And if it's a good idea, it's awesome because it forms into this, like, beautiful plan and this expression of whatever idea he has, and he won't stop until it's perfect and it's this glorious thing. However, if it's a bad perception or a bad idea or a bad thought or, a negative kind of connotation, it can build and build and build and build and grow until it's this, like, giant monster that's, like, threatening his whole way of life. And then I come in and I'm like, hey, let's think about the perspective here. Like, that's not really a big deal. Like, we're going to get through this. It's going to be okay. We're going to move forward. And then it's like, oh, you're right. Hey, I shouldn't be this worried about this. I shouldn't be this stressed out about it. So I think that's something that you, Devaney, could take into your life. Any other Libras out there, anybody in general, putting things in perspective really helps. And, when I think about fear, I think about things that I've been through, really scary situations that I have conquered and overcome and really gotten on the right side of. And so when little things make me fearful, like, oh God, I'm about to submit this blog post, I hope it's not retarded, or, like, oh God, I hope, I'm going to shoot this video and I'm going to mess up 100 times and I'm going to, but I'm just going to roll with it or whatever. I just think, like, okay, but is this really, like, as bad as anything that you have been through or overcome? And 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. And so I just go, cool, well, hit send, hit schedule, hit whatever, post that picture, write that article, do that whatever, paint that beautiful bitch, and put her out onto the interwebs and, see what happens. So this is my wizardly advice for this week. I'm just rolling with it, and it's early, so it is what it is. But I love you, and I love all of you, and I can't wait to see you back for our next series of videos. Keep your eye out for Devoney's video, which should be coming out on Thursday. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Please let me know if you have any advice in the comments below for being more confident or how you exude confidence in your life, because I would love to hear that. And make sure you check out my website, Noble Lion Prince. We'll see you next week.